show is sponsored by HiveMind CRM. It is more than just a CRM. It is a real estate and business mastermind that comes with an all-in-one CRM. You can have unlimited websites and users. You can call, text, RVM, and email all in one user interface. And you can set up custom automations for any type and multiple businesses. 65% of companies start using a CRM system within the first 5 years of business. Once implemented, the HiveMind will save you on marketing, give you more time, and make more money. One of our users had his first $100,000 month using our system in June. We want to see you automate and accelerate your business. Text us at 210-972-1842 for future meetings and, of course, to get our $1 course on how to make more than 6 figures on one land deal. You can schedule your free demo today at HiveMindCRM.io.
So marketing is war. Right, and you have factions, you have territories, you have territorial fighters. You should never went this way. You should have went up there. You can still, I think, take a left and take a right. Marketing is war. It's like there's blood on the streets. There's good players, there's bad players, there's wicked players, there's cheaters. But the sad part is that in marketing, there's no established rules. There's no book. There's no dictator. It's like the way that I could imagine it is that it's a chess game and the whole world's playing, but we're not playing like on a little tiny wooden chessboard. We're playing on the globe of the map of the earth, right? So you have these big factions, you have collaborators, you have gangs, you have groups of people, you have individuals, lone wolves, all playing against each other. It's all the same game. And everybody's playing at a different level. Everybody has different amounts of experience, different amounts of capital. And if I beat you...
Different amounts of influence, too.
Influence, yeah, there's market, right? So you can bend the market at will. And in this game, if I beat you in any given afternoon, I get to kill you as soon as the game is over. And that's marketing. We're at war with each other. And some people are amazing at it. Some are terrible at it. Some are brand new. Some are experienced. And then you have your old dogs, your old veterans that can control massive markets with very little movement and very little activity because they've been playing the game forever.
And they understand how to manipulate it.
Yes, with very little effort. They'll move their pinky and they'll slaughter like 8 cities. When the new kids, they can barely hold down the city to save their life. That's marketing. That's exactly what it is. So I guess that's another reason why I take a lot of things seriously. And if we have somebody that is not vibing with us or somebody that's against us, I'd rather remove them immediately from the equation, right? Like if you had cancer, you're not going to contemplate if you should remove the cancerous cells or not. I should immediately scrape those so that I can move the body to the next stage of health. And it's the same thing with business. If you have a cancer, if you have something that is negative, that negatively affects the immediate environment of the company, then it should be addressed immediately. It should not be something that should not be delayed, pondered, or otherwise given more time.
I think one of the greatest things about marketing is that you can literally bend cities and people to your will. And it's not like it sounds almost sarcastic and crazy, but I mean, you see freaking pastors of religion and cult leaders and all this crap happen, but they bend people to their will, and it's like a superpower, a bad and good superpower, depending on the person who harnesses it.
So that was the original lesson, right, from one of my mentors, Johnny, and that's what he said. I said, hey, what's the first thing I need to know about this business? Like, what makes me the most powerful sales god in the world? And he was like, you just need to be a good person, bro. And I was like, what the fuck kind of horseshit ass advice is that? Right? I wanted the keys of the kingdom. I was like, how in the hell? What the hell? I was so pissed off because that was the dumbest advice I had ever heard. Like, what does that have to do with sales and me being able to manipulate my immediate environment?
I mean, sometimes you aren't ready to hear it, and that's the other thing. It's like,
I was furious, bro.
You aren't ready to hear that conversation.
Yes.
I mean, that goes with a lot of things though, because like sometimes people are like, oh, they'll go to a conference and it's totally over their head. over the head, nothing will stick, and it's just nothing. And then they'll come back the next year event after they kind of matured and know about what they're talking about. They're a little more educated, and like, oh, that's what they meant.
Yes. So now, looking back, right, like 15 years later, being a sales guy, right, I feel like I'm the best salesperson on the planet. Not like one of the best. I feel like I am the best salesperson on the planet. And I wish that didn't sound like it comes from a place of arrogance, because I don't want to be the number one at anything. I think you know that. I think people that know me closely and people that follow us know that. But I just mean that I have a way to bend the wheel with very little effort. And I don't think that's a bad thing. Like, I'm sorry I have it. I wish I didn't have it. But now I know what Johnny means, is that be careful with this thing, because if you use it to always manipulate your immediate environment at will, right? Like maybe that of your kids or your wife or your business partners or your friends or your parents, he said you would have like an artificial life. You bent the wheel around you in such an amazing fashion that you didn't let other people have their own free will, and just act with you organically, because you destroyed your environment by manipulating it, by purposely shaping it. He said, so just be careful.
You weren't true to yourself.
Yes. And now, knowing what I know now, I love everybody. I don't want to hurt anybody. I hope everybody's doing better than me. Like, I'm trying to over-deliver on my promises, and that's where my happiness comes from. So, like, I don't want anybody to bend to my will, right? So even in a sales environment, like when we're talking to a seller or we're talking to, like, a client, like, do what you feel makes you amazing. And what makes you feel amazing is removing me from your immediate environment, that's a reward to me. I helped you grow by removing my presence from your presence. That's a reward to me. That's not a disrespect. I don't feel like they hate me. I love you for removing me from your immediate environment. And that's like the true definition of free will. If you want to be my friend, if you want to be my business partner, based on your own true free will, I'm high as a kite. And if you don't want to do business with me based on your own free will, I'm high as a kite. I love to think about it, man. It just fudge.
I was talking to Gabe today, and I told him,
I love that you're teaching my little nephew how to do business, bro, because that's my son, my older brother that passed away, his son. So when you teach him, you're teaching my son. You're teaching me, you're teaching my older brother. So I was telling him, he's like, I want to do, he wanted to do some other type of business. And I'm like, well, if you want to control it and actually have your point made across, why not go buy that business and have your will on that business? And you can control, and you don't have to necessarily have to do all the parts of it. And he's like, man, I never saw it from that point of view. And I'm like, well, you're either the cog of the machine or you're the machine. You are the machine. I was trying to give Aaron Bevins a compliment today when we saw him at the Wholesaling Live. And I was like, my friend came from Phoenix and she wanted to like learn like what the heck is real estate. She'd never been in it before. And Aaron came to talk to us, and I felt like I appreciate Aaron because he's an appreciative person. So I appreciate him more. So by him just standing there early in the morning when he has a million things to do and chat with me and you and my new friend, like if he talks to us, hey guys, I gotta run, love you guys, see you later. Amazing, thank you, we love Aaron. But he also like talked to our guests.
Yep.
And I was like, it's super cool that a person with such limited time would share it with my friends, strangers. I love my friends. He doesn't love them. He don't even know who they are.
Yeah.
But he loved them enough to give them some of his time. And like, I kind of like, man, I couldn't breathe. Like, I love this guy.
It's a different perspective that nobody would catch.
Yes, nobody's asking him to pay you with time.
Yeah.
They want money from him. They want to do deals. Let's JV. But just because he stood there and talked to my friend for 10 minutes or something, I wanted to tear up. I'm like, man, this is a really good, genuine human being. I'm glad I'm in business with him. I'm glad that we have each other's mutual respect. But like, there's nothing I can do to give him back those 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Unless he has an event and he's like, hey, I need a speaker. And he's like, hey, can you go for 10 minutes? Here's your 10 minutes back, bruh. No question. So it's cool, man. I think about stuff like that. And like I said, the connections that we have, the Alma Flores is, and the Pauls, and there's so many good people around us. Man, I appreciate it. Just like, I don't know what to say.
There's too many good people, and like and this is like for everybody that has businesses or clients. You're like, I wish everybody stuck around, but they're not meant to be, and so it's okay for them to depart and go another direction. It's not. I don't take it personally. It is what it is. But the more people that come through our network and stick around, those are the people I really want to make connections with, and those are the people I want to do business with. So if you don't see the vision and where we're going and what we're heading, that's fine. You might see it in the future and regret it, but it's okay.
You know what Louis Morales told me today?
What did he tell you?
Because you know what I love about the Hive Mind? It's like, bro, I was talking to everybody today all day long about Hive Mind and how much I love it and everything. You know what I really love about you guys? I was like, what, man? He was like, y'all are really doing it. He's like, if you have a problem, if you need help, if you need leads, he was like, I can call you anytime. I can text you. You're going to answer the phone. He was like, you guys really care. He's like, you're always there. He's like, you're always trying to help. You're always trying to deliver. You're always trying to make something happen. And he was like, I don't see that anywhere else.
Yeah, he told me that. He told me some version of that too. He's like, dude, I had a problem and I asked if you were awake, and me and Louie were both night owls. And even him, 2 hours difference, he knew I was awake. He's like, hey, can you help me out with this? And I'm like, yeah, hold on. And we were able to solve that problem. But it was an easy fix for me, but he couldn't see the resolution. And for me, I'm like, I'd rather give him my 5 minutes to solve his 2 or 3 hour problem, you know? Because I already know the solution.
What gets you higher than helping somebody else? If you help yourself, if you go eat a cheeseburger and drink 3 Cokes and eat like a cheesecake and cash $100,000 check and you sit down on the couch, you're like overindulged. You're just a big old fat, tired, overindulged ass dude. But when you help somebody else, that's a very a feeling that feels like you got lighter. Yeah. I just gave something amazing away to somebody else. It didn't cost me shit. I feel amazing. They're lifted. I'm lifted. Everybody's lifted. I feel great.
I think it goes to show. I think everybody, like, if you're listening to this, like, you need to find out what your skill set is and find a way to do that skill set all the fucking time. Like if you can fill that gap and do what you love doing all the time, there's always a satisfaction that comes with that, because what you're really good at, 99% of the people suck at it. So whatever that thing is, be that filler for everybody else, and you can do what you love all day long. And people will appreciate you because you're good at what you do and you're efficient and proficient.
Yeah, I think that's my business model 101. Is that I'm only good at one thing. Very few things make me happy or excited, right? I wish I could be a happier guy, but there's only very, very few things that make me happy. Like spending time with my parents, spending time with my wife and kids, masterminding. Me and you have these conversations sometimes for hours, for days, very frequently and infrequently. But it energizes me. I don't feel like me and Daniel have to troubleshoot the thing that's going to take us to Mars. And I feel frustrated. Like, no, man. 2 hours of work, 4 hours of work, very common. I don't feel out of my comfort zone when it happens. I talked to Jaime Farias today for over 3 hours, dude. I haven't talked to him like in a year. And I texted him. I was like, hey, man, can I do a paid consultation with you? I don't know what else to say to him. You know, I know he's busy. He got his numbers. Dude got his game. Like, I don't even want to call him and be like, hey, can you help me? I was like, can I give you money? Whatever, dog. And we got on the phone for 3 hours. You know, I gave him $500 for 3 hours. He didn't even tell me how much he wanted. But I'm like, 3 hours? That sounds like $500. Like, please take your wife to dinner, you know, to the movies, right? For giving me 3 hours of your life. So I love Jaime. He's helped me since my very first deal. He freaking over-delivered today. I'm like, bro, I got people showing up to the house. Like, can I call you tomorrow? He was still going, man. The guy is a giver. I love him to death. Everybody knows who he is, but, I mean, the guy is a wizard.
Even I got game for the freaking 30 minutes I was there.
Dude, 3 hours, bro. He's like, don't forget to check out whatever. And I was like, dude, I got enough information uploaded into my brain where I'm going to be retarded for at least 6 weeks. You know, like my brain's still, you know how when you turn your computer and that little thing's spinning? My little thing's still spinning, and I only talked to him for 3 hours, like 7 or 8 hours, 10 hours ago. I was like, dang. I sent him 500. He's like, oh, thanks, man. I was like, dude, I can't wait till I get to the point where I can give you way more than that. That's the least I was trying to chip in. Such a good guy, man. He's changed my life. I appreciate it. I'll never forget it. No, man, that's what I was thinking about, like the people that we love, the people that have been here since the beginning. If I only had one friend like that, one Jaime Farias, one Alma Flores, one Daniel Martinez, I have the best life ever. But we have so many of those friends, dude. Like, how did we get here? We don't deserve all this. It's cool.
Yeah.
I really love having such a blast, man.
Yeah.
Vanity metrics. So if somebody's making like, I'm trying to get my company to $1 million a month, $1 million a year, whatever your vanity metrics are, I have friendship metrics.
Yeah.
The more people that we have that are friends like these, Benny, Andy, how did we get here, bro?
Networking.
There's so many of them. They're so beautiful. These people are so amazing.
Yeah. So us doing an annual event, it's almost like it's an invitation to coming out with us for 2-3 days. Let's get some steak. Let's have the conversation. Let's sit down and talk, and it's an opportunity to get with these people, because the crazy thing about all these people is that they live everywhere.
That's what I was going to say. Something that I think that is very undervalued in live events, right? You see an ad on Facebook like, hey, come to our seminar, pay $4.99 and learn how to change your life, right? And people look at that, they're like, haha, a stupid real estate seminar. $500? Shoot, I could buy a plane ticket to Costa Rica. But when you go to one and you hang around with the Benny Barajas and the Andy Gomez and the freaking Alma Flores, it's like, oh shit, that $500 turned into like an epiphany and a life experience that I could never duplicate. And nobody's thinking about that, man. So I feel kind of sorry. Like people are weird, very strange. It's a very strange behavior to if your perspective is, hey, this is just like a business lecture, as opposed to this is like a 2-day mastermind.
Yeah. So I have 2 points on this. First year event, Mike Novak comes to an annual Hive Mind event.
I love
Dallas.
Mike Novak.
Meets Yasir
Livingston. I love
12 months
guy.
later, they do 50 deals together.
That's a motherfucking Hive Mind. I love Yasir.
12 months later, do the 50 deals together. And then even like Al Nicoletti, we did a video with Al Nicoletti. If you see that video, will probably come out later on. But Al Nicoletti is like, so what's it like running a live event? Like, did you guys lose money? I'm like, yeah, we lost $15,000. Like, how do you feel about that? Hey, let's lose $15,000 or more next time.
At least 15,000.
I mean, but the connections that were made. I think we got 2 private money lenders there in Florida. We had a great time. Went fishing.
Dude, Edwin, the deed hunter.
Oh yeah.
I'll tell you what. Look, I don't care how many friends you have. I don't care how wealthy you are. I don't care how poor you are, how new you are, how advanced you are. If you're listening to this podcast, you're like, I hate these guys. I would give you like Edwin Carrion, Deed Hunter, Uncle Charles spitting game for us in Fort Lauderdale,
Corey Thompson,
Charles Oglesby, Corey Thompson,
Brittany Thompson,
Michelle
Welch,
DeAndre. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, Jeffrey Altador. If you don't respect the people that gave up hours of their day to come speak at our event, man, the energy on the floor was electric. I want to make a confession right now.
Uh-oh.
We might even have to crop this out. Daniel was like, what the fuck is he about to say? When the event first started, I was a little furious. I felt a little bit pissed because there wasn't more bodies in the room. And immediately, I felt selfish. I felt like, wow, that's a bitch-ass expectation. That because there wasn't more bodies in the room, I'm upset. And I had to quiet myself. I had to like kind of slow down, think about it, just pray a little bit, meditate, like, it's all good, baby, it's gonna be amazing. And then the voice inside of my body said, you know what? The people that are in the room, that do care, that do love us, we're gonna give them everything we got. And all the speakers, me, Daniel, every minute was electric for 72 hours. The dinners, the food, the laughing, the talks, the pictures, the laughs, like, oh shit.
Chad went jet skiing in between lunch break.
Me and Chad are standing in the back of the room. He's like, are those jet skis out there? I'm like, hell yeah, let's get it, fam. He's like, yeah, you want to go after this? I was like, yes, bro, and I'm going to pay for you. And he's like, we're real? Yeah. So Daniel was like, hey, we gotta go to dinner, we gotta go to dinner. I'm like, oh shit. So next thing you know, I'm being pulled away. I disappeared. Chad's like, hey, we're gonna hit them jet skis. I think he hit me on Messenger. I was like, damn, fool, I got dragged away. Here's 160. You know what I mean? Like, here's your jet ski, even though I don't have mine. Like, I did not want to see my friend not have an amazing time. And he was like, what? Like, it didn't make no sense to him. And I'm like, dude, I already said I was paying for you. I was paying. The joy of my day was not the actual jet ski. The joy of my day was seeing my friend on the jet ski. And I'm telling you, man, it was so electric. It was so cool. I felt guilty the whole time. I'm like, man, these people love us so much, and we love them so much back. It's like, why was I thinking about the volume? I don't care if there's 8 people in the room or 80 people in the room or 800 people in the room. The people that were in the room were electric, and I love them and I appreciate them. And it's like my whole body was exploding with electricity. I was like, thank you all. It was amazing.
And like I said, we had a great time, and
dude, the hugs. It was just dope.
I mean, even us, we got to bring our families for a week.
Oh shoot, we programmed in a family vacation.
Yeah, so it's a cool experience to have fun with your friends, and like, yes, we're hosting and you're in host mode. You got to take care of everybody, but I mean, individually, like, I'm gonna feel bad when we have hundreds or thousands of people there and we can't show individual attention because there's too many people.
I think about that too, because I feel like we're very hands-on, and the people that we are very hands-on with are blessed because we have hands to be on. And I know that the day will come when we don't really, like, there's not that much time available anymore. And I already, like, lament that day. But also, again,
I welcome it.
Yeah, I welcome it, and even more power, more blessings to the people that are there with us today, that when we are available, that need the help and want the help and that vibe with us, and they want to contribute to what we're doing.
You know what would be amazing is that as we lose more time, our people do that for the other people that show up.
Bro, that's the whole business. That's why we have an MLM model. That's why.
Yeah.
Because when you run out of time and electricity, you hand it to the person that's next to you. And then they hand it to the person next to them. But you never run out of electricity. You never run out of cloud. Your circle continues to expand, and we all share the load. So before you know it, you're serving 118,000 people
directly
through multiple channels, multiple offtake partners. So it's an Alma Flores and a Mike Novak and a Yasir, Aaron. There's like, the people in the group are distributing the wealth, the burden, the help, the hurt, the strategy, the struggle, and we also share in the reward.
I think me and you talked about this too, is like having like a fun just to give to our people, to give to their people.
I always laugh and I kind of get a kick out of it. I'm like, we have a retarded business model. Why?
Make money and give it all away.
Yeah, like, you can't just do that. That's funny, man. That's real funny. Like, we don't have no numerical goals, because everybody's like, you gotta wake up in the morning and write an X on the calendar, and you gotta get 1,000 doors and 1,000 acres, and like, you gotta have these visible metrics. And we're like,
what is it, cash flow?
How much can I sell that note for, fam? I wish I had a goal that was like, I want a 1,000 apartment complex. I just don't think about it that way. What if I had 11,000 notes at 10 to 18% interest?
Does that count as assets under management?
Borderline
manage them?
Borderline usury with my own debt servicing company, servicing my own notes.
I mean, you can't say you have assets under management because you just cash flow.
I need an extra $1 billion. Like, why don't you sell a handful of them notes you've been having?
No, you don't sell them. You leverage them.
Why don't you take all loan on them notes you've been having?
There you go.
Funny, man. I'm saying like the levels are advancing quick, man. I'm kind of curious. It's weird, and it's not for us. It's like, man, I see like my parents or my sister. I can't imagine. Let's say I got a check tomorrow for $10 million. I think if I was gonna buy something stupid, I would buy a Ferrari for my dad. I would start building a big, real kind of mansion because I have things that I want like immediately, like cold plunge and sauna and then wet sauna, and like there's things that I would like to have inside of my home that are not important to other people, but they're important to me, like health wise and family wise. So the big giant house would just reflect that. I would like to have access to a lot of resources that are not common, but I wouldn't want like I need 8 Lambos so that everybody can see me pull up in different colors every day of the week.
It's like more, my shoes.
Yeah, it's more like the garage refrigerator full of ribeye that I have. That probably is my greatest asset. I'd rather make sure if I had to choose between a Lambo and a garage refrigerator full of ribeye, I pick ribeye every time. That is the flex.
I mean, that's the flex. I mean, Alma came into town. Hey, here's a rack.
Hey, here's $300 worth of meat for the meat you were going to cook for your friends and family. And I
have it on hand.
Yeah, it was just a thing. I can't give you my Rolex to wear it for the night to look flashy in front of your friends, but if you needed 20 pounds of carne asada, I got you. And that makes me feel good, man. Like, can I lend her my Ferrari or my Lambo?
Sure, but
I don't know. We can't eat a Lambo. Dude, so many people were like, oh my God, this food, what the hell? I even told the lady before she left, I was like, man, the dude, the land investor guy, he was like, this food is so good. Like, what the hell? And then Easy and Ray got there. I was like, here's the food. Y'all can eat whatever y'all want. And then they were like, bro. They're like, whoa, oh my God, what's happening? Like, I was kind of tripping. Like, what's going on? They were like, bro, whoever made this, my mom lied to me my whole life, bro. Like, what the hell? This is what carne asada. They were freaking out. It was a joke. They were laughing. They were like, my whole childhood was a lie, bro. This is what carne asada is supposed to taste like. I was like, ribeye, bro. Hive mind, bro. Carne asada, bro. Well, guys, this was a fun episode, man. I hope we can do part 2 of this. I hope if you guys appreciate this kind of content, please like and share and subscribe it, because if you like it, we'll make more. If it was like weird without the video, or it's like the concept or the format was weird, then we'll scrap it. But yeah, we would love to do some more of these vibe sessions without video, because we have these more often. So thank you guys. We appreciate you. We love you. Hive with us. $1,000,000mastermind.com. Wholesaling $1 million land groups on Facebook. Come check us out, man.
If you're wondering what we're doing, we're driving home from an event.
Oh, yeah. We're at the HBHS event, and he's like, shoot a podcast when we get it back. I'm like, man, let's drop it right now. So if you guys like this spontaneous content, yeah, please give us a like, share, and subscribe. Let us know if you would like to support it. Drop a comment below. Thank you guys. Love you.